Hello my lovely earth signs, and thank you so much for joining me for your 2018 yearly reading with Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to do these readings for you, and we're going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. And then we're going to be doing Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, and I thought it might be easier for you to just watch these kind of videos rather than have loads of different separate ones, so hopefully you'll get some good insight. Now what I've been doing for the other ones as well is just kind of give a little bit of a brief overview of the energies that's been coming through to me, at least for the year ahead. Now 2017, as we saw, voices were heard, voices were celebrated, and we had loads of people, basically being ousted and things like that. So that's a very incredible moment in time where people were suddenly being listened to, and it made all the difference. So now 2018 is kind of a gentler energy for me. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more about success and less about cleaning away the slates and completely tearing something down. I think we're rebuilding. I think we're getting healthier. I think there's a lot of positivity coming through. This is all over the world, but there will be some challenges that we'll have to meet. We're just a bit more wise now. We're looking at things into 2018 and going, okay, I can do this. So let's have a look and see what comes through. So these will be general readings for the earth signs. If you do want a private reading with myself that goes individually into each month of next year specifically for you, then just go to the link below and it'll take you to the website with all my readings and the 2018 reading as well on the homepage. Also, if you do have, this is just something that I thought I'd put out on here, if you do know of a writer, or if you are a writer and you're looking for a developmental editor or just an extra pair of eyes just to go through your manuscript before you send it either off to agents, publishers or anything else, I am now offering my services, and the link down below is there for you guys to just take a look at yourself as well. Also, if you can't afford a reading but you'd like to donate to the channel for the last year, then I'm actually accepting coffee now. So you can buy me a coffee, digital coffee, if you'd like to. It's only $3, but it all goes to the same cause, which is internet bills and tarot cards and stuff like that. So, without further ado, I'm just going to get myself ready and we're going to go into Taurus. Okay, Taurus, let's have a look and see what comes through for you guys in the year of 2018. I've got a lot of interesting things coming through for you here, and I do believe that there's some positivity happening around you already. Some of you may have actually already been aware of it. Some of you will not be as aware of it. Whoa, hello. And I think it may be because of that. So let me just double check and see whether this one is meant to be out and about in such a way. To be honest, yes, I do feel it is. So let's have a look. What does Taurus need to know for the year of 2018? What guidance does Taurus need to know for the year of 2018? Alright, this next one, and it's done. Ooh, okay, so I think Pisces also had that. And then you have the moon. So you've got Death, the moon, 10 of Wands. Cool, and the Ace of Swords. Not a bad reading at all. And you have the Four of Cups below, which to me is just about contemplation and sometimes a little bit of apathy, but mostly to do with, figuring things out. And Taurus can be quite cerebral, to be honest with you. Taurus can be quite poignant in many different ways. I think a lot of it is to do with how you view things. Some of you can be very intelligent with how you put yourself across. Sometimes it's verbally, sometimes it's in words. Occasionally it's all to do with how you personally interact with other people. So how you present yourself, but this time it seems like it's all going to be on the inside. So yes, you'll still have to keep up your contacts, you'll still have to keep your profile however you want, you know, like your role that you think that you have to adopt in life. I think that you may want to stick with that, but there's also a change coming through. This is represented by the Death card. So let's start with the Ten of Wands. You probably have so many things to do and very little time to do it in. You may feel like you've brought on too much of a burden for yourself, too many things to do, too many deadlines, there's too many things, and it's hard, you know, hampering your creativity, it's hampering your ability. So I think a lot of this has to do with maybe your sense of duty to other people, and occasionally taking on their responsibilities as your own. So it could be spouse, partner, family, people. You go, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that for you. And you're like, oh no, I don't actually have time. And this can also come through as a little bit of an issue for you guys in the fact that you lose sight of your own goals. So I think that, you know, you are quite selfless sometimes. People don't realize Taurus can be very giving. And, you know, you don't even have to say it sometimes, and you'll just do something for somebody else. And I think this is kind of catching up to you, maybe in the first part of 2018, but you definitely need to slow down. You definitely need to take time for yourself. Death card is not scary. I just have to say that. It's just a major change, okay? So for those of you, because Taurus is a fixed sign, you may be kind of reluctant to change things sometimes. And, you know, this is the Scorpio card. And as I always say, or very often in Taurus readings, Taurus is sister sign with Scorpio. So you have very strong similarities with myself and the Scorpio kind of push, I think. But this is all about change. You're on the brink of change. You've got the very small thread, I don't know whether you can see, very small thread of change coming through now. And to be honest, a door is opening. As soon as this goes ping, then you'll be able to move through. And to be honest, Pisces had the same. Pisces had the same card. I think it was first. So this is all about having this ability. I mean, even here, look, you know, the way that this has gone. She could be going, yes. Oh, and that matches up, actually. So she could be here going tink and just cutting it off and making that change happen, making that development happen. It could be that you're entering something brand new. But either way, you have to say goodbye to the old you. You have to say goodbye maybe to some elements of free time that you had before. But I do think you're going to be taking off in some ways this year that maybe you didn't anticipate doing. And also we have the moon. So the moon here is very strong. But this is, again, kind of like a lesson for you guys. So it may be that you're looking at something in the water here, and you're kind of waiting to yourself, and this, you think that you can be this, or you see yourself as the panther, and you're looking at, this is my dreams, and look what the moon allows me to be, when the real thing is behind you. So don't lose sight, again, don't lose sight of your goals by daydreaming or not putting in the work, or going ooh shiny with something else, you know, something else that comes along. So consequently, this can also mean that it's something to do with secrets and having to keep secrets, or being a little bit shady when people ask you questions because you can't tell them anything. It can also be that you have to look inside yourself sometimes because your shadow aspect is playing up, and it's also hidden truths coming out. So if you have any skeletons in the closet, you may want to polish them up a bit because they're going to be revealed. And you have to maybe, not to maybe the broad media or anything like that, but you're probably just going to have to face them and go, okay, well, I'll put them to one side and I can deal with them now. But they are going to come back out. The full moon lights up what is normally hidden. So I think that's kind of what's coming through for you guys. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Now this is all about having that power, that victory, and that clarity of mind. And for me, this is your reasonable sense of self. This is you kind of getting the electricity, the energy to do it, new communications, new paths, slicing the old life. I always call this a sort of truth. So you're slicing the old life, you're getting into something new, you're achieving what you want to achieve, and you're doing it wonderfully, may I say. So even though you do have some things here that you may need to kind of go into, ultimately the center cards, the center points, is the fact that you are snipping away the old life, becoming somebody new, and embracing that newness. Change however you can, please. Because I don't think that you have to say, oh yeah, sure, I'll change myself, and you don't like who you are after that. That is not what I would recommend. But I do think that a lot of this is pushing you to behave like you're already there. And if you behave like you're already there without the ego, so if you want to be a superstar singer like Mariah Carey, don't act like Mariah Carey because you're not there yet. But if you act like you have the talent to get there, that should see you through. All in all, I wish you the very best of 2018. I look really forward to having a look at the readings for you guys, and let me know in a comment below how things are going to go for you. And if you want to skip ahead to the end just for the roundup, that should be fine. But in the meantime, I'm going to go on to Virgo. Alright, Virgo, let's have a look and see what's coming through for you in the glorious year of 2018. Okay, so the first word that came to my mind when I just kind of concentrated on you guys was movement. And I think this is going to be something quite prominent for you. I do feel like you're going to be something about mountains and being on the mountain. I have no idea. Maybe you want to go up a mountain. I don't know. But let's just see what has to come for 2018 in the form of Virgo. They're also showing me ravens, and ravens are typically messengers, so probably going to have a lot of messages coming through this year. And if you can hear dogs, that's my neighbour's dogs because they don't know when to be quiet. So 2018 for Virgo, 2018 for Virgo, the lovely, lovely sign of Virgo. What do they need to know for 2018? Okay. 3 of Wands. Sweet. Okay. Ooh, 2 of Cups. Oh, and the Star. Lovely, lovely. Oh, cool. All right. And then we have, whoops. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which just came up for Taurus. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles. So the Ace of Swords that's on the bottom does show victory, clarity, power, surging ahead, basically. Your new start, cutting away the old life and moving forwards. Sometimes it can mean separation, sometimes it can mean just kind of pushing something else back, but it's kind of being uniquely you. That's the main thing of that particular card. So I think that a lot of you are going to have this movement forwards. You're probably going to see how past choices are affecting your present, maybe even your personality. You know, it could be that the people you're hanging around with are affecting the way you approach things or the way you deal with things, how you communicate with friends. So it could be that you look at that, or you could be reverting back to how you were, but bringing it up a notch. You're kind of leveling up a little bit. Either way, the Star is an incredible card to have, and the 3 of Wands also. So the 3 of Wands here is about preparation and foresight. This is the year for you, depending on your personal year, but this is the year for you guys to look at what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where you want to go. So maybe you've had the seed of a thought that's been growing in your mind for the last year or so, and you have got the drive and the will to do it. You've discovered that you can do it, and now you want to move towards it. So you have a lot of preparation. Virgos typically plan ahead, sometimes even 5 years ahead in some cases. So I think this is kind of like, right, I found my calling, or I haven't found my calling, I need to go and experience something else, and I want to do it this, and this way. So I think this is quite a good, strong card to start you off with this reading, and it does seem like you are going to progress around this, but you have to have the spark of the idea first, and then kind of, because if you haven't already, you kind of have to prepare that. So you can't prepare something that you haven't got the idea for, and I think you can either get it this year or you continue to prepare it this year. And then we have the 2 of Cups, which is so good. So this is about duality. This is all about partnership. It can be about having that balance between yourself. So it could be you want to be really romantic, but you also don't want to get hurt, stuff like that. You want to focus on your health, you want to focus on your career, you know, that kind of thing. It can also be that you are trying to balance life in your career with your romantic life, and you're just not sure how to do that. Either way, I think you're going to find somebody who really understands you, who really has this almost like psychic link, because 2 of Cups is mostly about psychic ability. Or you could start to develop that with your partner. You know, like, oh, I know exactly what they're going to say. stuff like that. I also feel that this is about that companionship, not necessarily romantic partnership. I think that it could be a friend as well that comes in and kind of supports you and says, yes, here's to you, here's to your achievements. And there's also an equal, I think, equal ambition, equal desires in life, that sort of thing, but who you can just kind of like partners in crime. That's what it feels like. And you both get each other, you both know each other, and there's nothing hidden away, and you just kind of move towards it. Because I feel like with the Star card here, if I can just stick it up, the Star card is saying that the universe has your back, but you just need to manifest what you want. I think for some of you, I was trying to get this, because we all know, right? I have many Virgo friends and I have very many Virgo acquaintances too. One thing that kind of carries them all together, actually there's a few. So you have a very innate ability to help others. And sometimes you feel it's your only responsibility to help others, to be selfless, like the Florence Nightingale thing, just to give, until you have nothing left yourself. Other times, you can be quite anxious about how other people see you, and so you give more. And that is not what you're meant to do this year. You're meant to be in your own power, you're meant to be in your balance again, because it's kind of like temperance in the way that as above, so below. You have to kind of have this balance and understand that what you put out into the universe, you'll get back. But this has to be moderated. So I don't know anybody who's given so much and so much and so much and then given from everybody else the exact same back. And I think this is just saying, look, be good to the universe as well, and that will actually reward you tenfold. I just feel that some of you need to worry less about what other people think. Some of you need to worry less about the material things, about the money, about the this, about that, about my credit score, about me. Just do what makes you happy, ultimately. And that can be a person, if you know, you can do whoever makes you happy as well. But it just feels like it's necessarily something that you need to look at something that you're, what is it this year? They keep showing me different things. You need to heal something and remedy something that has been a source of annoyance for you. If that makes sense. I hope it does. It's like something that's not been quite right. It's been out of balance. It's not been real. It's kind of it's not been right. I don't know about real. It might have been real, but something's not quite right, and you just need to maybe either let it go or restructure it, or I don't know. It just feels like you're going to come to an understanding at some point this year about something, someone. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. I really, truly don't. But the Ten of Pentacles, you come out on top. No matter what you do, you come out on top. New enterprises coming through. This is about establishment as well. So your security, your finances, everything coming through here, you get done. You have this done. You have an ability to pursue things, to go places, to, travel if you want to, but you also have the security. This is the building of a happy ever after. This is the building of it. But I think you've got a while to go yet. Some of you, you're already there. Those of you who are slightly younger than maybe others, I think that you have another 10 years until you get where you really, 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 really want to be. But this is a year of self-discovery for you. And depending on your personal year, you'll probably be looking at it very differently too. You'll be looking at things, I think, from a different perspective. But let me know in the comments below what you seem to be bringing forwards for you in 2018. It's always a joy to hear from you. Go to the end after Capricorn if you want to see the roundup and just the summaries of everybody. But in the meantime, I wish you the very best, and I'll go on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look and see what the year of 2018 has to bring for you guys. Now, some of you have been a bit up and down. I get that. I think you've been maybe side to side, back to front, topsy-turvy. And I think some of you, I have a lot of Capricorn friends as well as Virgo friends. And I think some of you you've had a bit of a rough time. I think there's been some illnesses. I think there's been some setbacks financially. Ooh, hello. But you are the Empress, so who cares? No, but I think there's been some issues financially, maybe time-wise as well. So time-wise, you thought something would get done, and it didn't get done until maybe the last minute, the like 9th hour or whatever. But I do feel like this is coming through with a more positive flair for you in 2018. We're releasing a lot. We're having a lot of positivity. So this is definitely going to come through for you guys. Whoa, and this is just me being a bit silly. Right. Okay, so what does Capricorn need to know for 2018? What does Capricorn need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, they want me to do another 3. Okay. Alright. Page 1s. Oh, look at that. King of Cups. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. Sweet. Alright. Oh, and underneath, Ace of Wands, creativity, yes, inspiration, setting off, new adventures, kind of letting your creative self fly free as well. So this is a brilliant, brilliant card to have underneath everything. So this is the underlying starting off and soaring. So very good card to have there. Whoops. Okay, so we have the Empress. Whoops. The Empress is brilliant. This is kind of one of the best cards that you can have. But the Empress is all about giving birth to something, not necessarily a person or a human being, but giving birth to an idea, giving birth to a project, something that you've been cooking for quite some time. And I think that it's something that's kind of building over time, that you've maybe got to know better. You know how mothers get to know their baby while they're inside and the baby gets to know them? It feels a lot like that. And maybe there's something that you're bringing forwards. You could also be sought after by a fair few people. So it could be that people come to you for advice, people come to you for, please help me in this or please help me in that. And, you know, they really do want you to help them in various ways. And I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is quite positive. It feels like you can give out advice sometimes and they will go out and do whatever they want to anyway, but ultimately it's a very strong connection here. This is you making waves. This is you establishing yourself. This is you healing yourself and healing others and passing on the good fight to others as well. I think you're giving a lot of inspiration to other people too. That is a good card. So the Page of Wands here, this is quite a nice little nifty card. So this is about that ability, really, that enthusiasm of discovery and having, you know, because he looks like he was just going to go down that path straight ahead. But then this little ginger Tom is saying, hey, why don't you come down here? And it's kind of like being open to other directions. Maybe it's not going to go the way you thought it was, but you're definitely going to have to go the other way and maybe try something new. Maybe another idea comes through and you're like, I didn't expect this. Maybe I can have a go on this. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean creative ideas, but as we are in the realm of creation with all these wands, I think that you'll have a very out-of-the-box solution to something that's maybe been plaguing your mind a little bit. So that's a really good card to have. And I think it's also something that liberates you. King of Cups, he is normally quite a emotionally balanced person. Some of you, this is a romantic partner. Some of you, it's a new venture. It's your dolphin energy, which is your child energy. It's feeling good again. It's having perspective. It's kind of learning a little bit about where your emotions can take you to. But actually, in the very first book that I ever got about tarot, the description of the King of Cups, which I still have somewhere, the description of the King of Cups was, he is a creative person. He is sometimes involved in the arts, in fashion, music, books, painting, whatever, stuff like that. So he could be to do with anything like that for you, and he may give you a lot of his time and a lot of his well-earned experience just to help you along the road. And I think that's going to be really, really good for you to achieve and really brilliant to establish within yourself and within other people as well. So it seems like, compared to the other signs, it feels like you're leveling up a little bit higher. You've done a lot of the groundwork. You've done a lot of the kind of digging and restructuring, and I think this is going to be great because you also have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is a really, really good card. This is basically about profit, your vision, your investment. You're actually going to be kind of high up, to be honest. It feels like this little naughty thing playing with it, but you're reaping what you're sowing. You're getting the kind of benefits of what you've done maybe over the last 7 years, and you're kind of nurturing now the creative process, the process that you have in place, the routines that you've had in place, the processes that others like you to do for them. If you're self-employed, it can be things like that that I think are coming through for you guys in a very strong way. And to be honest, it feels like you're going to go from strength to strength, to be honest. I don't see anything here that tells you to stop what you're doing, just to maybe be a little bit more out of your Capricorn comfort zone, because Saturn is now going into Capricorn. Saturn is home. Saturn is where it flourishes, So in Capricorn, it kind of disciplines projects, it disciplines routine, it has this behavior thing, it's going yes, 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 but at the same time, if it's in your first house, it can also discipline how you put yourself to other people. Maybe just take a risk now and again. If you feel it's in your best interest and your gut and your intuition, just branch out a little bit. And that's what I think 2018 is going to teach you guys, just to kind of be one in yourself, but also maybe take a risk now and again, because sometimes you may not feel like you want to. But I think that's it for now. I'm going to really, really look forward to reading for you in 2018, my word. I'm just going to do the wrap up in just a second. Leave a comment below about how you think your 2018 is going to be, and I really look forward to hearing from you soon. Okay, so that's all you earth signs done. My. So yeah, really, really good, very different, but also about progress. I think every sign was about progress, and I think it's about your purpose. This year for earth signs, I think you're very much dependent on your purpose and your foundation of what you want to do. And I think in various degrees, like in various levels, you're going to get there. You're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you desire. But you just have to maybe work at it. And there's something that I know about earth signs is that you're not afraid to work. So fingers crossed, fingers, toes, eyes crossed for something that you really, really want comes true in 2018. But as I say, leave a comment below if you want to share what you think 2018 is going to be. Thank you all for your absolute wonderful support over the last year. I could not have done this without you. It's a pleasure to read for you. Again, if you want a personal overview of each individual month as to what 2018 is going to bring for you, the link is in the description box below, and it'll take you to my website where all the readings are. If you want to just donate for the last year of the readings that I've done, you can buy me a coffee, and that link is below as well. Alternatively, if you also want somebody to look over your project, be it your memoir or your story, anything like that, you know who to come to. It's myself, and I'll be able just to do something editing wise for you there. But really, thank you so much for your support. I really hope everything goes well for you. Many, many blessings and wishes for a brilliant 2018.